Italian innovation has a long and rich tradition, though ironically not pasta. That's Chinese. But it does include dentures to keep eating pasta, liposuction when you eat too much pasta, and the condom. Italians are more than just pasta. But that's never stopped Italians from using their noodles, like scuba diver Sergio Gambarini, when he recently developed a new form of farming that will be groundbreaking. Well, more like water-breaking. No, Sergio's not pregnant. Instead, Vice News, August 11th, 2015 reports that he's developed a project for farming underwater called Nemo's Garden, which will cultivate crops underneath the ocean surface, providing an agricultural alternative that eliminates the need for pesticides, fresh water, or even soil. Despite the water, project coordinator Gianni Fontanesi insists to U.S. News July 1st, 2015 that the project will be groundbreaking because of the huge variety of plants, mushrooms, tomatoes, basil. This is about pasta, isn't it? And much more. Today, we'll look at underwater farming, which could pioneer a new agricultural revolution where our crops are produced faster, healthier, and cheaper. First, we'll dive in to see the process of underwater farming. Second, explore the challenges that could leave the project dead in the water. And third, we'll look to the future for this funny farm that's the best thing since the jacuzzi, also invented by the Italians. In 1929, Berkeley professor William Garrick began growing tomatoes in nutrient-rich solutions, rather than soil, introducing the world to hydroponics. And that's similar to underwater farming's process for a submerged supply of soil-free plants. The process addresses current agricultural practices that strain both people and resources, including farmers, water, and land, as traditional farming consumes over half of our country's land. NPR June 3rd, 2015 adds that the drought dehydrating our nation's top crop-producing state, California, will dig a $2.7 billion hole, cut 18,000 jobs, and leave over 500,000 acres potential dust bowls. Finally, the National Center for Biotechnology Information, last accessed March 22, 2016, cites a case study of how pesticide exposure affects farmers, who happen to be Italian, demonstrating that those producing the food risk developing cancer significantly more than we who eat it. With farming's increasingly inhospitable conditions and land-based limitations, Wired magazine, August 2015, announces that Sergio Gambarini decided to think outside the barn. The process of underwater farming assembles biospheres filled with air, anchored 20 feet under the ocean surface, deep enough to receive necessary sunlight while avoiding unstable weather and parasites. The ocean's consistent temperature enables seawater to create condensation on the biosphere's inner walls, which fashions a constant flow of fresh water for flora marinating in a hydroponic solution, composed of nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, calcium, sulfur, and magnesium, so we can live long and prosper. These marine greenhouses create a high concentration of carbon dioxide that works in the crop's favor and flavor, as they found that the crops grow faster and have a stronger taste versus traditional terrestrial farming. Basil is now more basil-y. Scientific American, August 18, 2015, documents that in addition to pizza ingredients, the Nemo's Garden project has grown strawberries, lettuce, and cabbage, as well as a variety of everyone's favorite magical fruit, beans. By weeding out the challenges at the root of farming, underwater farming could produce more produce that benefits the producer, we consumers, and the environment. As Gambarini's son puts it, our dream is utopic. As William Garrick conducted hydroponic experiments, he was met with 1, challenges from farmers themselves, 2, restrictions to resources, and 3, doubts about its effectiveness, representing the same challenges for underwater farming. 12,000 years ago, the agricultural revolution reshaped civilization, yet farmers and their practices have historically been slow to evolve. The Los Angeles Times, July 5th, 2015 reminds us that the industry of landlubbers resists revolutionary changes, like underwater farming, waiting for early adopters to enter and make money before following suit. Bloomberg News, April 9th, 2015 reflects this resistance to new methods by mocking attempts at efficient farming, declaring, "Farmers use water. Get over it." Additionally, before farmers can begin to squeeze the most crop from every drop, the Nemo's Garden project has to overcome restrictions to resources and find financing for the farm's expansion. Nemo's Garden website, last access March 22, 2016, admits the company is small and family run, meaning they can't bet the farm because the farm's not big enough to bet. Compounding the issue, Garden Culture magazine, July 18, 2015, reveals that the Italian government has only allotted 4 months per year for the team's research. Finally, Gambarini's group must answer concerns regarding local economies and ecosystems, even though the pods have created shelter for octopi, a seahorse nursery, and hosted crabs. No little mermaids or sentient sponges named Bob. Yet. Sub-Saharan African relief worker and nutrition project specialist Rachel Kerr warns in The Guardian, August 13, 2015, that the project could disrupt local food infrastructures, like fishing, as coastal communities rely on fish as food, but income too. And as technology advances humanity's footprint. The New York Times, January 15, 2015, stresses that large-scale habitat loss will likely accelerate, possibly causing underwater farming's agricultural revolution to mirror both the positive and negative effects reaped by the Industrial Revolution. William Garrick's visionary prospects would eventually find favor with NASA, with plans to use hydroponics on Mars, much like Sergio Gambarini's hope for underwater farming's future, including 1, developing personal farms, 2, wading through corporate interests, and 3, meeting worldwide food demand. Tweaking the concept, go big or go home, the team plans to expand fieldless farms unexpectedly by shrinking them. The International Business Times, July 4, 2015, highlights Gambarini's idea for a smaller aquarium so people can experiment and grow crops they want. It's a vast improvement on sea monkeys, and we won't be stuck with Italian every night. The Huffington Post, April 29, 2015, illuminates that gardens provide a learning tool, helping children understand food production and documenting that schools with gardens improve math and science scores up to 90%, though it didn't change that kids don't like veggies. Still, with a zero-impact method to manufacture food from the deep, there could be unexpected benefits we see from the sea. In promoting local, sustainable, and organic farming, underwater farming addresses industrial agriculture blind spots. What The Atlantic, March 2015, points out cannot be adapted to local problems and needs. So don't worry about displaced farmers armed with pitchforks. We might witness the small farm reborn, limiting corporate influence over our food. The ultimate vision for Nemo's Garden is a self-sustaining system, available to people near a body of water, but otherwise have no agricultural land resources. The World Food Program, last access March 22, 2015, recognizes that Southern Asia and Africa remain areas most in need of food. And underwater farming could help, since half the world's population lives near coastlines. Finally, Italian Aquaman Sergio Gambarini heralds the project as showing the beauty of the ocean. Advising Popular Science, July 2, 2015, I tried to do something for young people and to inspire new dreams. Today, we first planted the seeds for underwater farming's process. Second, explore the challenges threatening to sink the project, in a bad way. And third, we let our heads swim with why this futuristic farm could lead the world out of troubled waters. Underwater farming offers a desperately needed alternative in a time of increasing drought and economic distress, enabling even barren coastland to farm fresh food. As a certain crab from The Little Mermaid, Sebastian, reminds us, "Darling, it's better, down where it's wetter. Take it from me, under the sea."